It's another weekend, Saturday. Spring, sun's out. Leaves are just starting to come out. It's later at night. I'm going to start polishing the panels. What I've done with the panels, if you've watched the previous videos, is the panels have been sanded down with 2000 grit. There are some spots that I left rough, and I'll show you here. Like right here, you can see there's a little bit of orange peel. And when I refer to orange peel, it means just like the orange skin. Most new cars, like all new cars, are not smooth paint. They're shiny orange peel if you ever get close to them. There's a little bit here, a little bit here. I've taken the front and the back panel here and bolted them onto the bike with plastic underneath because it gives you the best platform to hold on to these odd shaped panels while you're buffing them out. We're going to do this by hand. Here's the front one. I've done the same thing with the front panel. This one I'm going to do later. So what you need to start with is, first of all, clean your panels, wipe them with water. We've already used soapy water with the sandpaper, so that doesn't matter. And then what I like to do is get some of these pads down at your local hardware car store. They're like $1 a piece. You can get them small or large. The trick with these is that they're kind of like little mitts. You can put your hands in the back if you want. You want to start out with them wet, have a couple of clean rags. But when we're doing the polishing, basically we're going to go from a rough polish to a very smooth polish and then a wax to take out the scratches. We're not really taking out the scratches. We're using the fine polish here, and you can get all kinds of polish. They have 1,000 of them now. But generally what I used to use is a rubbing compound here, and then there's a smooth rubbing compound which we're going to use. I like to use a smooth one, put a little bit of water in that, and then I use a scratch and swirl remover, which they make 100 of these too. What this does is it's just a little finer polish. After that, I've got some wax here I've had for 20 years, and we use a little bit of that to put on the panel. At any time, if you do not like your panel or your polishing object, you can always go back to square one, grab some sandpaper, start over again, if that's what you want to do. The way to do this, the way to learn how to do this, is practice. We learn by doing. We don't learn by watching. We don't learn by paying some asshole $65 an hour so he can sit in his shop and laugh at you while he's taking you to the cleaners and not even giving you any Vaseline. So, if you have, or you can use rags or towels or whatever to polish the panels. You want to start in one area, and we will go in a circular motion right here. You want to stay away from the edges, like up here and up here. We want to mainly do the large flat spots, and like I said before, these are edges too, right here. But it's not going to really be that bad. After we do one polish, one type of polish, say like we do this polishing compound right here, and suppose you only have one rag or one buffing cloth, you want to go in and wash this off really good to get off this grit, this heavy grit, to when we're going to go for a finer grit. And our goal is to polish and polish until we create enough heat and friction with the fine sand and polish in there to melt the very top 1/1000th of an inch of the panel. And then that's where you get your shine. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll start with this compound, which I've had for years. I get it to where I want it, and then what I'll do is I won't do the whole panel if I don't want to. Maybe I'll just do, well, what I'll do is a small spot to show you what the jewel looks like underneath the crown. So I'll go over it with a white, and then I'll clean my pad or get another pad and go over this with real fine rubbing compound to bring out the shine, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay.